what we do is we have most of our feedback, most of what the child sees that tells him whether his brain is doing the right thing or her brain is doing the right thing, has to do with either having a DVD movie go on, which means the brain is acting within the established program that we've set up, or the movie stops for a brief second, which is indicated by the movie stopping playing just for a moment. And what our technicians do and what I do is establish a program that involves producing less of certain brainwave frequencies, and frequency means how fast the brain is working in one area or the other. And so we want to typically reduce some areas of brain activity, particularly with children who are having learning problems. We want to have less of the slow brain activity, and we want to have a little bit more, not a huge amount more, but a little bit more of the faster brainwave activity.
Ricky enjoys coming to the center. He enjoys the EEG training with the TV. He gets to pick out his movie, and he thinks that's really exciting. And it's not like the dreaded tutor where he has to go to school all day and then come home, come here and do more math problems or read more books. This is just he calls it the gym for his brain.
Neurofeedback is only one component of the treatment offered at the center. Another is audio integration training for children who have audio processing disorders.
Their hearing is not deficit. They're not deaf. They can actually hear, but they might have difficulty following up on multiple step instructions giving. They have really difficulty perhaps understanding what was said, and they might be slow in decoding of the language. And auditory integration training, again, is a non-invasive procedure where we obtain an audiogram first based on how the person hears. And after our speech pathologist has completed her assessments, we have him use a technique called BRARD, which has been modified to our specification. In essence, the goal being to retraining the brain in a very short order to synchronize the two ears. And that's simply done by having him listen to especially modulated and altered music over a course of 3 weeks, 1 hour a day, and that seems to remediate or remedy the problem with auditory integration training very quickly.
Noticed a lot of changes with auditory integration. There was a lot of immediate changes. He was able to hear me more easily, more clearly, and more quickly. Whereas I used to call his name, let's say, between 7, 10, 12 times before he heard me.
The other training that we offer is called sensory integration training. Often in kids who have ADD and ADHD, they have difficulties with gross motor function, balance and coordination, and with impulse control. The sense of timing seems to be off slightly. Sensory integration training addresses those specific issues to diminish sensitivity to the environment, but also work on gross motor function to get in better balance and coordination, as well as impulse control issues.
Once problems have been identified and the therapy has begun, there may still be a need to address educational shortcomings. For this, the center provides special classes, such as the PACE program training.
In the PACE auditory processing program, we force students to analyze, manipulate, blend, and segment the sounds in words. In this activity, we'll be working to master the vowel sounds. Throughout the whole PACE auditory processing program, our goal is to develop the auditory processing or phonemic awareness skills for a student. In this activity, Greg, I'd like you to replace the vowel sound in the word that I say with the vowel sounds that you see on this sheet. Blib.
Blib, bleb, blab, blub, blob.
Crin.
Crin, cran, cran, crun, cron.
Slud.
Slid, sled, slad, slud, slod.
Prid.
Prid, pred, prad, prud, prod.
Drit.
Drit, drit, drat, drut, drot.
Notice the speed with which Greg was replacing the vowels in this activity. You'll find throughout the PACE auditory processing program that it's extremely powerful and helps quickly to develop the student's auditory processing or phonemic awareness skills. This is one of our powerful procedures that we call the speed letters. It helps to improve concentration, visual span, discrimination of letters, and fixation. Most importantly, it also works to quickly improve a student's processing speed skills. In this activity, Greg, what I'd like you to do is to circle one letter. As you come to each S, work as quickly as you can and circle the S. Ready? Begin. Notice how this activity also forces Greg to use his selective attention skills by focusing only on the S and ignoring all the other letters that he's attending to. As you can see, as we work quickly through this activity, it works very strongly to improve a student's processing speed skills.
A, C, D, E, F.
PACE training involves a series of one-hour, one-on-one sessions. In each session, an instructor tests and strengthens the cognitive skills of the student while giving immediate feedback.
Tip, tap, tap, this, das, das, bus.
Okay, or the low top, I mean.
Okay.
Okay.
Have the problems of the child being behind. So because they have the ability now, doesn't mean that they actually caught up to educational or processing speed of their peers, because there's so much they missed for so many years. And processing and cognitive enhancement training enables them to very quickly catch up. So what might take them 2-3 years in a special educational setting or resource or IEP to achieve, we can accomplish in 12 to 18 weeks of PACE training.
We have a program where I do a complete assessment of their reading ability, and then I customize each program for the child to fill in any gaps they may have. The computerized program is set in a game format. It's the kids think that they're just playing a regular video game, but it's set up to advance them in each skill, and if they don't pass it, rather than have them fail, it goes back and it automatically reprograms that same skill into different activities. The first thing that I've learned to do with them is start them at a level where they're successful. And, maybe it's below what they can actually do, but they start out with a success because most of them have failed in school. And a lot of the kids we get here are the same reason, they're failing in school. So to give them something positive and something fun.